Welcome to SKC Sapna Kohli classes. Today we'll do lesson number 3 from the book Footprints Without Feet. The name of the lesson is The Midnight Visitor by Robert Arthur. The Midnight Visitor is a spy story. It depicts the thrill and excitement involved in the field of espionage. Ozable and Max are the two central characters in the story. Ozable is a secret agent and Fowler is a young writer who wants to prepare a report on espionage. Let's read the lesson now. Ozable did not fit any description of a secret agent. Secret agent means a spy. Ozable was a secret agent, a spy by profession. But he hardly looked like one. Fowler had ever read. Ozable did not fit any description of a secret agent Fowler had ever read. So Ozable was a spy, a secret agent by profession, but he hardly looked like one. Fowler had read a lot about secret agents, but when he met Ozable, he was disappointed. Following him down the musty corridor of the gloomy French hotel where Ozable had a room, Fowler felt let down. Musty. Musty here means muddy, damp, with foul smell. Corridor is gallery of the gloomy. Gloomy here means dark. French hotel where Ozable had a room. Fowler felt let down. Let down means disappointed. So, Fowler was disappointed or disillusioned to meet Ozable because Ozable's appearance did not match with what he had read about secret agents. It was a small room on the sixth and top floor and scarcely a setting for a romantic adventure. Scarcely means hardly. Romantic here means imaginative, and adventure here means something which involves risk, thrill. So that is adventure. So Fowler was disappointed to meet Ozable because his appearance did not match with what he had read about secret agents. And along with that, Ozable did not live in style as expected by Fowler. He just lived in a small room on the sixth and the top floor of a French hotel room. Ozable was, for one thing, fat, very fat, and then there was his accent. Accent means style of speaking or pronunciation. So Ozable was very fat and he had an American accent. Though he spoke French and German passably. Passably means quite well. He had never altogether lost the American accent he had brought to Paris from Boston 20 years ago. So Ozable was very fat and he had an American accent. Ozable was an American by birth. He had shifted to Paris 25 years ago. He was able to speak French and German quite well, although he had never lost his American accent altogether. You are disappointed, Ozable said wheezily over his shoulder. Wheezily. Wheezily means speaking breathlessly. Ozable told Fowler that he must have been disappointed to see him. You were told that I was a secret agent, a spy, dealing in espionage and danger. You wish to meet me because you are a writer, young and romantic. Romantic again here means imaginative. You envisioned. Envision means imagined. You envisioned, imagined, mysterious. Mysterious means strange figures in the night. The crack. Crack means the sound of pistols, drugs in the wine. So Ausable told Fowler that he must have been disappointed to see him. Fowler was a young and romantic writer. He hoped to see mysterious, strange figures in the night, along with the sound of pistols and the opening of drugs, right? The opening of pistols, drugs in the wine. Instead, you have spent a dull evening in a French music hall with a sloppy. Sloppy is a person who is carelessly dressed up, with a sloppy fat man who, instead of having messages slipped into his hand by dark eyed beauties, gets only a prosaic means ordinary telephone call making an appointment in his room. So, unlike Fowler had expected, so his meeting with Ausable had disappointed him. He had expected that he is going to witness opening of pistols along with drugs and wine. Instead, he had to spend a dull evening in a French music hall with a carelessly dressed fat man, right? Instead, so he expected that when he is going to meet Ausable, he would see messages being passed on into his hand by dark-eyed beauties, means ladies, but he saw only Ausable only getting ordinary telephone calls. You have been bored. The fat man chuckled to himself. Chuckled means laughed to himself as he unlocked the door of his room and stood aside to let his frustrated guest enter. So, frustrated here means disappointed. So, Ausable told Fowler that he must have been bored. He laughed and he opened the door of his room and let Fowler enter the room. You are disillusioned. Again, here, disillusion is what? Disappointed. Ausable told him, but take cheer. Now, take cheer means be happy. But take cheer, my young friend. So, Ausable, he told him to cheer up. He told Fowler to cheer up. Presently, you will see a paper, a quite important paper, for which several men and women have risked their lives. Come to me. So Ausable told Fowler to cheer up. He promised him an exciting experience soon. Some important papers would reach him soon, for which several men and women have risked their lives. And that could possibly affect the course of history. Someday soon, that paper may well affect the course of history. So, those papers that he would receive very shortly could possibly affect the course of history. In that thought is drama, is there not? So, he told him that he should not uh, lose heart. Very shortly he is going to witness something very exciting, something very dramatic. As he spoke, Ausable closed the door behind him. Then he switched on the light, and as the light came on, Fowler had his first authentic Authentic means genuine. Thrill. Thrill means excitement of the day. So, continuing the conversation about important papers, Ausable switched on the light of the room and Fowler experienced the first real thrill of the day. And what was that thrill? For halfway across the room, a small automatic pistol in his hand stood a man. Fowler saw a man standing halfway across the room with a small automatic pistol in his hand. Ausable blinked a few times. Blinked means opened and closed his eyes a few times. Max, he wheezed. Wheezed means spoke noisily, heavily. You gave me quite a start. Now, the meaning of the word, this expression, quite a start, means that you have surprised me. You have startled me. I thought you were in Berlin. What are you doing here in my room? So, Ausable blinked his eyes. He was surprised and shocked to see that man, Max. He addressed that man as Max and asked him what he was doing in his room when he should have been in Berlin. Now, let us discuss these two questions which in the beginning. How is Ausable different from other secret agents? So, Ausable is a secret agent. He is an American by birth. He is fat. He doesn't fit into any description of a secret agent. He lives on the 6th floor in a small room of a French hotel, right? And he does not live in style as expected by Fowler. Who is Fowler and what is his first authentic drill of the day? Fowler is a writer who is young and romantic. He imagines that a secret agent deals in spying as well as danger. He comes to spend an evening with Ausable to get a taste of their activities. He wants to write a report, a write-up on espionage. That is the answer of this question. Let us move on to the next part of the lesson. So, read and find out. We are going to find out how has Max got into Ausable's room and how does Ausable say he got in. Max was slender. Slender means thin, a little less than tall. With little less than tall means he was medium heighted. He was neither tall nor short, with features that suggested slightly the crafty. Crafty means cunning. Pointed. Pointed means sharp. Countenance. Countenance means appearance of a fox. So, Max was thin. He was medium heighted, but he had the cunning looks of a fox. There was about him, aside from the gun, nothing especially menacing. Aside. Aside means excluding. Then menacing. Menacing means dangerous. So nothing else. He had, this man Max had a pistol with him. Otherwise, nothing else was threatening or dangerous about him. The report he murmured. Murmured here means whispered. The report that is being brought to you tonight concerning some new missiles. I thought I would take it from you. It will be safer in my hands than in yours. So that man Max told Ausable that he was there to grab the papers on new missiles which were being brought to him that night. Ausable moved to an armchair and sat down heavily. I'm going to raise the devil with the management this time, and you can bet on it. I'm going to raise the devil. Raise the devil here means I'm going to file a complaint or protest, or you can say fight with the management this time, and you can bet on it. He said grimly. Grimly here, see, otherwise the meaning of the word grim is serious, but here it means angrily. Ausable sat down in an armchair. He pretended to be angry with the management of the hotel, right? And he said that he is going to complain to them. And what is he going to complain or protest about? This is the second time in a month that somebody has got into my room through that nuisance of a balcony. So he said that the thing that is going to protest or complain about is that it was the second time somebody had entered into his room through the balcony. Right, through that nuisance of a balcony. Nuisance is an annoying maybe person or thing. So here it is an annoying thing. So this second time somebody had entered his room through the balcony. Fowler's eyes went to the single window of the room. So somebody had entered through the balcony under the single window. It was an ordinary window against which now the night was. Fowler's eyes went to the single window of the room. It was an ordinary window against which now the night was pressing blackly. So Fowler looked through the window, but he could not see anything as it was dark outside. So now that night was pressing blackly means it was dark outside. Balcony? Max said with a rising inflection. Rising inflection means raising the pitch of his voice. Balcony? No, a pass key. Now what is pass key? Pass key, it can be just an ordinary key or it can be a master key. No, a pass key. I did not know about the balcony. It might have saved me some trouble had I known. So Max told Ausable that he had not entered the room through the balcony. He was not aware about it. He had entered the room with the help of the pass key. It's not my balcony, Ausable said with extreme irritation. Irritation means annoyance. It belongs to the next apartment. So Ausable, he explained further that it was not the balcony of his room. In fact, it was extension of the balcony of the next room. He glanced. He looked explanatorily at Fowler. You see, he said, this room used to be. So he glanced, he looked at Fowler and tried to make the point clear to him. You see, he said, this room used to be part of a large unit, and the next room through that door there used to be the living room. It had the balcony which extends under my window now. You can get onto it from the empty rooms 2 doors down, and somebody did last month. The management promised to block it off. Block it off means to close it, but they haven't. So Ausable explained to Fowler that it was not the balcony of his room. In simple words, the meaning of these lines is it was not the balcony of his room. It was an extension of the balcony of the next room. The management had promised to close it, to block it, but they hadn't. Max glanced at Fowler. Mac glanced means looked at Fowler, who was standing stiffly. Stiffly here means straight, not far from Ozible. Max looked at Fowler, who was standing straight near Ozible, and waved. Waved means moved the gun with a commanding gesture. Commanding means ordering. With a commanding gesture. Please sit down, he said. We have a wait of half an hour, I think. Max looked at Fowler and then, with a commanding voice, waving his gun, he told Fowler to sit down and wait for half an hour. 31 minutes, Ozible said moodily. So, Ozible corrected Max and he said that they would have to wait for 31 minutes. So, moodily here means sadly. So, Ozible said, no, we have to wait for 31 minutes, one extra minute more. The appointment was for 12:30. I wish I knew that the appointment was for 12:30. I wish I knew how you learned about the report, Max. So, Ozible corrected Max by saying that the report would arrive at 12:31. Ozible wondered how the information about the report was leaked. The little spy here refers to Max, smiled evilly. Evilly means wickedly. And we wish we knew how your people got the report. So Max said that, and we wonder how your people they got that report, but no harm has been done. I will get it back tonight. So he said that they would, so nothing matters, and that they would take the papers from him that night. What is that? Who is at the door? Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Fowler jumped at the sudden knocking at the door. Fowler was Fowler was startled at the sudden knock at the door. Ozible just smiled. That will be the police, he said. I thought that such an important paper as the one we are waiting for should have a little protection. I told them to check on me to make sure everything was right. So, a knock at the door startled Fowler, right? And even Max was nervous, but Ozible just smiled. He told Max that it was the police, right? It was the police at the door. He had asked for extra protection for the important papers. Max bit his lip nervously. So Max bit his lip nervously means he was scared, he was frightened, he was nervous. The knocking was repeated. What will you do now, Max? Ozible asked. So Ozible asked Max what he would do now when the police was there outside. If I do not answer the door, they will enter anyway. The door is unlocked and they will not hesitate to shoot. Ozible told Max that if he did not open the door, the police would enter forcibly and shoot him. Him means it would shoot Max. Max's face was black with anger as he backed swiftly towards the window. So Max was very angry and he moved slowly towards the window. He swung a leg over the sill. Now the sill, the window sill, the sill is the corner of the window. So he swung a leg over the sill. Send them away, he warned. I will wait on the balcony. Send them away, or I'll shoot and take my chances. Max's face was black with anger. He moved swiftly towards the window, put one leg over the stone slab of the window. His plan was to jump down. His plan was to jump down on the balcony and wait there until the police had gone away. He warned, he threatened to shoot in case Ozible did not send the police away. The knocking at the door became louder and a voice was raised. Mr. Ozible, Mr. Ozible. The knocking at the door became louder and louder, keeping his body twisted. Twisted here means bent or curved so that his gun is still covered, so that his gun still covered the fat man. Fat man refers to Ozible and his guest Fowler. The man at the window grasped. Grasped means caught the frame with his free hand to support himself. So the knocking at the door became louder. Max crossed the window, right, and freed his hand to drop to the balcony. So then he swung his other leg and over the window sill. The door knob turned. Swiftly, Max pushed his left hand to free himself from the sill and dropped to the balcony. And then, as he dropped, he screamed once shrilly. Shrilly means in a sharp voice. So, the meaning of all these lines is that Max, he bent his body, but his gun still covered Ozible and his guest Fowler, right? And he crossed over the window, freed his hand to drop onto the balcony, but a loud and shrill scream was heard after that. What happened? The door opened and a waiter stood there with a tray, a bottle, and two glasses. So the door opened and a waiter was standing at the doorway with a tray, a bottle, and two glasses. Here is the drink as you ordered for when you returned. So the waiter had brought these things as they had been ordered by Ozible earlier. Here is the drink you ordered for when you returned. He said the waiter, and put the tray on the table deftly. Now, the meaning of the word deftly is cleverly, right? Otherwise, it is carefully. Uncorked. Uncorked here means to open. Open the lid, open the cover of the bottle and left the room. So the waiter put the tray on the table, opened the bottle and left from there. White-faced. White-faced means nervous. Fowler stared after him. So Fowler, he was surprised and he was shocked to see what was happening. He was not able to understand, but he stammered. The police. There were no police. Ozible sighed. Only Henry, whom I was expecting. Fowler was shocked and nervous. He stammered. He could not understand how Henry stood at the door in place of the police. Ozible then told him the whole story about the police and the balcony. There were no police, Ozible sighed, only Henry, whom I was expecting. But won't that man out on the balcony? Fowler began. So Fowler wanted to ask Oswald that won't that man out on the balcony come again? No, said Oswald, he won't return. You see, my young friend, there is no balcony. So Oswald then told Fowler the whole story about the police and the balcony. Actually, there was no balcony under the window. Oswald had made up that story to befool Max and make him jump over the balcony. And now Max won't return. In this manner, Oswald was able to outwit Max by using his presence of mind and intelligence. Now let us discuss these two questions. How has Max got in? So Max had got in to Oswald's room using a pass key or a master key. And next question is, how does Oswald say he got in? So Oswald invents the story of a balcony under the window, right? But the fact is that there was no such balcony. He said that Max had got into his locked room through the balcony. He said that it was the second time in a month that somebody had got into his balcony that way and that he would complain to the hotel authorities about it. So, children, from this lesson, The Midnight Visitor, we learn that more than physical strength, one needs intelligence in difficult situations. Next is, don't judge a book by its cover, or appearances are often deceptive. Generally, people judge others on the basis of their outer appearance, but opinions formed in this manner are not always right. Fowler was disappointed to meet Oswald initially. However, later he discovers that Oswald's appearance was deceptive. He possessed the real qualities of a secret agent. He was intelligent, quick-witted, and capable of handling tricky situations in a calm manner. That's all for this lesson. I hope you have understood the lesson. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.